In this short video, I'm going to go over everything that you need to know and change in your cold email approach in 2024. So we are going to cover 7 steps between sending a cold email and having a new client, why you don't want to just ask for a call in 2024, how creating and sending sales assets via cold email can change your sales pipeline. And after that, of course, how to create great sales assets and also what it means. So there is 7 steps between sending a cold email and signing a new client. So first, of course, they need to be curious enough to click your cold email. After that, they need to be engaged in what you say, and you have to mix between short enough so that it doesn't feel like a big investment to read your cold email, but also giving enough information to show how you're different and how you will help them solve a big problem they have. And also, the last thing would be the next step to move forward. So to differentiate yourself, you would have multiple strategies. For example, the personalization that you do, because with 2 similar offers, 2 similar agencies, we are going to go more and we are going to respond more to the one that personalized the most is cold email. Or another option to differentiate yourself is simply to do the contrary that most people do, and that's what we are going to see in this short video. After that, you will state your offers. So for example, create unlimited creatives for scaling your e-com brand, partnering your brand with 10 influencers, getting your 5 to 15 qualified appointments every month with SEO. The last thing would be interested, can I send you more info, etc., etc. So if the prospect is curious and engaged enough, it will probably ask you more information. If your dream client accepted every call that cold email asked them, how many calls would they do every day? Probably 8 to 14. So, of course, like everybody else, they don't want to waste their time. So for them to know if it's worthy or not to go on a call, they want to know your case studies. So if you're going to be able to do what they want to achieve the results that they are looking for, what service you are doing, and if you are making anything different, your pricing and ROI to know if it's because we don't want to waste money and we don't like to take a lot of risk. Only when they know that you can help them achieve their goal, that you are a trustworthy agency owner, and that your price is not out of their budget, they will go on a call. So during the call, of course, you are going to go over the details, your services and all that. They will think about this decision, and after that they will decide or not. The problem is with most of the cold emails I see is that you're probably more on this side than this side. So basically, you're asking more than what you give. What you say is not relevant, it doesn't seem personalized, and you don't achieve what we saw in the last 2 minutes. What you want is just giving more value so that dream clients are more like that. So you may be asking, how do you do that? You create sales assets that will change the game for you. Because what sales asset will do for you is that you will not waste your time with curious people on calls, because they will know more about your services, ROI, client case studies, and how to know if it's a relevant thing for you, how to know if you are just wasting time with curious people. If people come on your calls and are just like, oh, I was just curious to know what you were doing, basically, you know that you have this problem. If people exactly know what you're doing, how it works, and you responded to most of their questions, and while still getting interested and having some kind of mystery on the next steps, because if you give them all the value and all you respond to every questions, basically they won't take a call and you wouldn't be able to handle their objection on live. And the last thing sales asset will change for you is that you will certainly book more calls and have more positive responses, because basically you are asking for a yes to more info and you're not asking for 45 minutes of their time. Also, how can you create great sales assets? For the design, you can just go onto Gamma. I will just show you how you can do that. And after that, the only thing that you will need to do is the copywriting, so writing the copy, a valuable lead magnet with more info on your services and offers. So let's go over a great sales asset. You see, we are on Gamma, and basically this sales asset would be more appropriate after a call and after someone that is asking a lot of questions. But basically you can see that with Gamma, for example, you can change the team, You can change a lot of things. You can go from this, you can go from this. Very, very simple, very, very good also. After that, the big thing that is very cool with that is that you can add some visual models like this, after that, you're probably asking yourself what type of sales asset I could do for my own agency or business. So you will have to know multiple things. What is the dream results that your client wants related to your service? For example, if you have an email marketing for e-commerce brands, so the dream result would be to add 30k a month, 100k a month to their brand with great email marketing. After that, you will need to understand what is stopping them from getting greater results with email marketing. For example, it might be that their email are trash. they don't know how to do the designs. And so you will have multiple problems, like, okay, what to say in the emails, how to create a big relation with the audiences, how to track the results, how to create the designs, some swipe file of examples of great email marketing things, some frameworks, some 7 tips, some other things like that. Then what you can do is multiple things. You can create multiple sales assets that will solve big problems for your audience. The mindset going with this approach is that if you give them the sauce, they will pay you to cook it for them. You will be able to also repurpose that into content. And also the most interesting thing with cold email is you can do some split tests and see what is getting the most replies, what is getting the most calls from how to optimize your e-com brand, how to optimize your email marketing for e-com brand, a great swipe file of design that you made for other brands. You can test everything. And after that, the most interesting thing is, okay, you gave them value, then you want to sell. You don't want to be like, okay, just give you value. You want to make them learn more about your services, and you want to push your case studies and for a call. So that's it for this video. If you want me to create your own sales assets and handle your cold email from A to Z on a performance basis, you can just go to this website, olympye.com. You will learn more about my processes, and you will just be able to book a call to understand the prices and all that. But as I said, it's on a performance basis, so that means that you only pay for the qualified calls I generate for you. And if you are not making more than $20,000 a month with your agency or your business, you can just like this video, comment on the questions that you have, and also subscribe to the channel.